You are Locked On Red Sox POSTCAST, part of Locked On Sports Boston, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, the Sox with a sweep north of the border win their fifth in a row. Bello, lots of traffic on the bases, but he was able to finish strong. The lineup again with bombs and bags. Bags, slang for stolen bases. Welcome into the Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer, show host as well on the national stage. I've called games at the Tokyo Dome, Dodger Stadium, Target Field, Kauffman Stadium, Jacobs Field, Globe Life in Arlington, and Granger Stadium in Kinston, North Carolina. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you get your podcasts. You can watch or listen to Gabby Hurlbut's latest on Locked On Red Sox. Gabby, of course, providing in-depth analysis of the Sox Monday through Friday, and Gabby is going to be at the Celtics Championship Duck Boat Parade on Friday in Boston. Tonight's show, we are going to talk about Brayan Bello tiptoeing in and out of trouble, but in the end, he provided a quality outing in the start for the Red Sox. Romy and Jarren going deep. Sox 5 more stolen bases. And now it's on to the Queen City. Off day in Cincinnati on Thursday. First of a 3-game series against the Reds on Friday. And the Red Sox will enter that series on a 5-game win streak. If other teams, if other people are not taking notice of the Red Sox and what they are doing currently over the last 10 days or so, well, that's on them. Our latest episode of the Locked On Red Sox postcast is brought to you by Prize Picks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnMLB and use code all lowercase LockedOnMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. So our game summary, and the Red Sox get on the board in the third inning. Romy Gonzalez reaching on an error, stole second, RBI single, David Hamilton, Sox up 1-0. Sox then in the fourth inning, Enmanuel Valdez, home run, boom, number 6 on the season. Another solo shot for the Red Sox. They would have 2 more home runs in the series finale. All their home runs in the series with no one on base. Valdez, home run number 6, Sox up 2-0. Exit velocity 105. It went 378 feet. That's why I don't always take those marks seriously, because I thought his home run went a lot further than 378. Fifth inning, Jarren Duran, another solo home run in the series for the Sox. Sox up 3-2. The Blue Jays had gotten their 2 runs off Bello in the fourth inning. 4 straight batters reaching with 3 singles and a walk, and 2 runs coming in to score in that fourth inning. But Durran answered right back with a home run. He put the Sox up 3-2. George Springer, 2-out double in the 7th inning. His 7th career hit against Bello. We're going to get more into Bello in just a moment here. But the Blue Jays, again, leaving runners on base. 6th inning, Romy Gonzalez, RBI base hit. That scored Masa Yoshida. Durran then an RBI base hit. That made it 5-2. And then later, a couple more runs in the 8th inning where the Red Sox able to add on and not have to get Kenley Jansen up over the final 2 innings. We'll touch on the bullpen with Slayton and Martin as well coming up. But the bats were alive and well. Red Sox win it 7-3, 7 runs on 10 base hits. Blue Jays, I'll tell you what, 4 errors in the game on Wednesday. They lose all 3 to the Sox. They'll be at Fenway next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and maybe that's when you say, put the for sale sign up. You take phone calls, everyone's available. Vlad Jr., Bassett, Gosman, just about everybody would be available. But let's see how they respond after being swept at home by the Red Sox. We'll touch on the Blue Jays again next week, but if they drop 2 out of 3 over the weekend here and then drop 2 out of 3 at Fenway next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday against the Sox, for sale. Everyone. It didn't work. Think of the NBA Philadelphia 76ers. You were trusting the process. You were trying to win with young talent. It just has not worked. We'll move on from there. Brayan Bello. Bello, traffic on the bases just about all night long. Gave up a double to Springer with 2 outs in the 5th inning, got the next hitter. Worked a 1-2-3 6th inning, and those were his best 2 innings of the game. The first 4 innings, runners on base pretty much everywhere. 2nd inning, Barger, 1-out double, hit by a pitch. Bello came back, retired the next 2. through the first 2 innings. Blue Jays leaving 4 runners stranded and 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Bottom of the 4th inning, again, 4 straight batters reaching, 3 singles, a walk, and Kiermaier base hit. Turner hit into a double play, brought in a run from third. No RBI from Justin Turner. Guerrero then lined out to center field. It was 110 off the bat. Guerrero caught by the cameras on the Nesson broadcast, basically saying, what do I have to do to get a hit right now? Snake bitten, but his bat has been quiet, not only during this Red Sox series, but really, you can say all season long. So 2 runs across in that 4th inning. The Blue Jays were 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position over the first 4 innings against Brayan Bello. Bello ends up going 6 innings. Again, his final 2 innings, just 1 base runner. A 2-out double by Springer in the 5th inning. He was left stranded. Bello, it's what you call a quality outing. 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned, walked 2, struck out 6, hit 2 batters, 88 pitches, 60 strikes. So he was in the strike zone. Threw a couple of nasty breaking balls, got called strike 3s on a couple of occasions, but his ERA going, it's below 5. You can say that now. It went from 5 to 4.83, and Bello now on the season with the victory for the Red Sox, 7 wins and 4 losses. So you'll take it, and that's a shot in the arm. Now, Brayan Bello, build on that as well going forward. It looks like Crawford, Pivetta, TBA, bullpen day on Sunday, and then Tanner Houck will get an extra day's rest. He would have been scheduled to go in the finale. Instead, he'll get the Blue Jays for a second straight start. I believe that would be on Monday. Looking way ahead right now. But Brayan Bello build on that. Previous 2 outings, just going 4 2/3 innings. Chased in the 5th inning against the White Sox on the road 2 starts ago. Last start against the Yankees lasted 4 2/3 innings as well. So gets the 6, gets the quality outing, gets the win as well. And that's a shot in the arm for Brayan Bello. Much needed, pretty close to it. But he got the job done. Red Sox do pick up the victory. And the Red Sox, again, stealing bases and hitting home runs. Blasts and bags, you'll take it, right? It's a great formula right now. And as I said, if people aren't taking notice of the Red Sox at this point, I think they did take notice of the Red Sox after they stole the 9 bases and took 2 out of 3 over the weekend. But now you go into Toronto and you take all 3. And you do so in different ways. Again, this team is winning in different ways. But you see the 4 errors by the Blue Jays. Red Sox continue one of the worst teams defensively in terms of errors and mistakes in the field. But you see what a team does when you give up extra outs in innings, and also what they did as well in terms of just, leaving runners on base, not hitting with runners in scoring position as well. So, again, you pick up the victory. You extend the lead late like you did in the Philadelphia Phillies series and the New York Yankees series. You keep Kenley Jansen down. If this was a 5-3 lead, 6-3 lead, is Jansen up in the 8th inning getting ready for the 9th? Is he getting ready? Is he warming up? Remember, sometimes when you heat up and you get ready to come in the game and then they shut you down, that's almost like an outing too. So Jansen pitching in the first 2 games of the series. Day off tomorrow, he might have been available. But now, fresh for the weekend against the Cincinnati Reds. Cedar Raffaello was not in the lineup. Another move that I love from manager Alex Cora. Why? Well, he's a young guy. He can play. He can get a day off. He's got a day off Thursday. No, he had back-to-back days off. And it's not just the physical component of it either. Cedar Raffaello is a young player. We know that, right? Young player. Granted. But you're also giving him a mental break. And that is just as important. Sometimes get that mental break from the physical break. He got both. Now he has 2 days off. And how about the plane ride from Toronto to Cincinnati or into Kentucky, then across the river to Ohio? But Red Sox have to feel good right now. Absolutely have to feel good. I love hey, Raffaello's got a hit streak. He's hitting well. He's hitting bullets all over the place. You know what? You're not in the lineup. And he probably was told on Tuesday. Managers will do that. Hey, come to the ballpark tomorrow. Maybe you get in late. Maybe. But you're coming to the ballpark tomorrow. You got the day off. Go through your pregame routine. Do what you have to do. But you've got the day off. That probably happened on Tuesday. A lot of managers will do that. You talk with old-time guys from the 80s, 90s. They'd come to the ballpark. They wouldn't know if they were in the lineup until it was posted. Likely, I'm just throwing it out there. Raffaello probably found out the day before that he was getting the day off. So, Jarren Duran, home run, couple of base hits, 10-game hit streak. Jarren comps and solo shots and bags. That's next. This is the Locked On Red Sox postcast, part of the Locked On Sports Network. So as we get into eBay Motors, I'm going to share what I hope is a quick story. My wife and I bought our house almost 10 years ago, and from almost day one, guy was mowing lawns in our neighborhood, and I went up to him, introduced myself, said, hey, I'm new in the neighborhood, and you learn quickly that the neighborhood knew all about us. The new people are moving in. What's that guy do? What does she do? They have kids, all these different things. So I talked to Bob Reinwald, right? Bob mows a couple of lawns in the area. Said, hey, what's it going to take for you to mow my lawn? Get you on the list. I was on the list as a Friday cut almost from day one. That's pretty big, right? I never knew that as a kid, and I mowed lawns for my own father. Getting your lawn done on a Friday into the weekend, that's a big deal. So Bob Reinwald, almost from day one, put me on his list Friday morning, Friday afternoon, going to cut your lawn. So over the years, I've gotten to know Bob and his son. Bob has told me, hey, he's a fixer-upper. He takes care of his own machines. He takes care of his own trucks. He's got to. You know what he uses? eBay Motors. So I talked to Bob last Friday. He's at the house. I say, hey, Bob, are you still using eBay Motors? He goes, yeah, I got something on the way. Took his wife's truck, wife Terry, took her truck, and a little something happened. Needed a new bumper. So Bob said, hey, order a new bumper. It's supposed to be here next Tuesday, Wednesday. Now, that's not verbatim. I think it was Tuesday. Saw him on Saturday at a local arts and crafts fair, right? Saw him multiple times. Hey, I'm going to mention you on the Locked On Red Sox postcast. By the way, he's a Red Sox fan. I'm going to mention you and eBay Motors. He goes, guess what? Supposed to be there Tuesday. He's going to be there Monday. How about that? Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by eBay Motors. Hope they appreciate that little plug. Passion, drive, and patience. The formula for winning championships is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED lights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part or parts guaranteed to fit your ride every time, or guess what? Money back. All of your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash, with all the parts you need at the prices you want. It's easy to make your car the MVP and bring home huge wins. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit, only available to U.S. Customs. Locked On Red Sox postcast, also brought to you by Prize Picks. Let's tell you about Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. It is the most fun, exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite team sports and players. You just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. With Prize Picks, you could turn $10 into $1,000 in a single game watching your favorite sports this summer. You can make a Prize Picks lineup in as little as 60 seconds. You just need to pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stats projections, and you're locked in. Prize Picks is available in more than 30 states across the country, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Prize Picks even offers injury insurance so that your lineups stay in play, even if one of your players gets injured. For baseball games, if you have a player who registers 2 plate appearances or less, Prize Picks will have your back and not count that as a loss. Download the app today. Use a code LOCKEDONMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Again, download the app and use the code LOCKEDONMLB. Steve Lennox with you on the Locked On Red Sox postcast. We're talking about the Red Sox winning their 5th straight game. So the Red Sox have won 5 in a row for the second time this season. They're 5 games over 500 for the second time this season. They've got 4 sweeps on the year as well, as they complete the series sweep in Toronto Wednesday night. By the way, all 4 on the road. At Oakland early on in the season, at Pittsburgh, at Tampa Bay, and at Toronto. The last 2 against AL East division rivals, opponents, however you want to deem them. Go right ahead. 4 sweeps, 2 against AL East teams. 4 sweeps, all 4 on the road. And with the win, the Red Sox again have won 5 in a row, 8 of 10, 5 games over 500 since early May when they were 18 and 13. So some of the notes, Brayan Bello again picking up the victory as well for the Red Sox. Now let's get into the home runs. Maybe, just maybe, this is being picky, but can the Red Sox at some point here in the coming days hit a home run with somebody on base? 7 home runs in the Toronto series. 7 solo shots. 7. Let's get into the bags. 5 stolen bases. 2 from the usual suspects, or the usual suspect. Durran had 2, now 19. Hamilton had 1. And Romy Gonzalez had a couple. Double steal with Durran in the 6th inning. So Gonzalez, stolen base, and he had 2. So 5 stolen bases. 76 on the season, 29 in the month of June. The 76 stolen bases leading the American League. It's been a long time since the Red Sox led. Nowadays, it used to be American League stats, National League stats. Now on MLB.com, and I've grown to like it. You've got major league leaders, and that's usually what they have. But you still have American League, National League, at least for a couple more years. We'll see how long that goes. But overall, you look at it, and you love the fact that the Red Sox are stealing bases. 76 now on the season. I hope I had my math right there. 76. I'll go back and review. You know what I said a few moments ago. I'm updating it, saying 76. Fingers crossed that I got that right. But again, the way they're going right now, the home runs, not necessarily a big home run hitting team. But get that base hit, move the runner along, move that line, go from there. Let's move on. Jarren Duran. All right. He's now hit safely in 10 straight. Home run in the 5th inning is 6th on the season, 3rd in the month of June. 6 extra base hits during this current 10-game hit streak. 9 multi-hit games during the month of June. I said it earlier in the week. We will, going forward, refer to Kenley Jansen as the future Hall of Famer Kenley Jansen. Can we say right now, AL All-Star Jarren Duran? If he doesn't start, I don't care. I don't. He's going to play. He's going to be an American League All-Star. If he's not, hey, we can pull our hair out in a couple of weeks, okay? But right now, Jarren Duran, AL All-Star Jarren Duran. He's going to get there. He may not be voted in as a starter. That's okay. Breathe deep. I think he's still going to be an All-Star. There are a couple All-Stars here. There are. Houck should be an All-Star. Durran should be an All-Star. Rafi Devers, I haven't looked at third baseman in comparison. Devers, by reputation, maybe he's an Arlington as well. But Durran just continues to, he's such a strong guy. And I've thought about it. I thought about it last year. Now, he's moved out of center field, and he's in left field, right? But come on. How can you not compare this guy? And you probably know where I'm going. How can you not compare this guy to Johnny Damon and Jacoby Ellsbury? I don't think I'm going that far out. I don't think that's a stretch. Durran, a Red Sox, a lot longer than both of those guys? I think so. But right now, the way Durran is going, you have to like the way things are going for Jarren Duran. And with that, you just continue to build what he's doing. Because I don't know if I've heard anyone say this, but he's kind of a freak athlete. He really is. But putting him in left field, leaving them there, letting him play a strong left field, he can go get it, obviously. He can track the ball down in the alley or go down the line. Maybe not the strongest arm. I'd probably say a tick or two above average. I'm not sure what the ratings are. But overall, he's got all those talents. I don't know that he puts up the same numbers that Jacoby Ellsbury had in that one huge season with the Red Sox. And after that, it was injuries. I just look at Jarren Duran, and I don't see injuries in his future. Now, it could happen. It could be a bump and a bruise here, but he seems to play through a lot too. He wants to be in that lineup every single day for the Sox. You got to love that, right? Bello, 6 innings, 2 runs, picks up the win. How about the bullpen? The bullpen asked to get the final outs, and they did just that. Justin Slayton gave up a couple of singles and also gave up a run in his first inning. There was pass ball or wild pitch. I think initially they went pass ball on McGuire, then they went wild pitch. That scored a runner from third base as Turner came in, I think, to score. And that made it 5-3 at the time. Red Sox win 7-3, added a couple of runs. But Springer struck out for the final out in Slayton's first inning. Got the eighth inning, 1-2-3. Boom. And it was quick. And with a 7-3 lead, again, Kenley Jansen not needed. 4-run game, not a save situation. You've got a little breathing room in the ninth inning. And Chris Martin got the ninth. And with that, Martin, first outing since coming off the injured list with the anxiety. And great to see him back. And they touched on it. First reference to Nesson, Dave O'Brien, Lou Merloni. They touched on it. And I think it was Jemai Webster who actually said that he had a conversation with Chris Martin over the previous couple of days. And Martin said, look, this is something I've dealt with, anxiety, for a long, long time. You could say Chris Martin's at the tail end of his career, but this is something that maybe, and he said it, maybe I should have addressed this a long time ago. That is a message to a lot of people. Anxiety, issues along those lines, nothing to be ashamed of. Chris Martin, to me, the way this is, and I didn't plan on going down this road, but when Jemai Webster shared that on the Nesson broadcast, I thought, you know what, I might bring that up. Because Chris Martin dealt with this as a young professional baseball player. A lot of minor league guys, I can say over the years, in my years in the minors, minor league guys did it. As I was getting out of minor league baseball, teams were sending psychologists, professionals down to their minor league affiliates to work with their players on the mental approach, the mental side, what they were dealing with away from the field. Long removed from minor league baseball, but I hope it's still there, and I hope it's there in a big way because it's very important. So a tip of the cap to Chris Martin. His first outing, gave up a single on an 0-2 pitch to Horwitz, struck out Turner, Guerrero on a comebacker. Martin kind of stumbled on the backside of the mound, barehanded the baseball through to first base. Now, what did that do in that situation? It put another runner in scoring position for the Blue Jays. They were futile, just brutal. And that's going to be one of our numbers of the night. We'll update those runners in scoring position numbers for the Blue Jays in our last segment. But, with that little comebacker, runner moved from first to second, 2 outs, next batter, Varsho, F7, ball game over. Another at-bat with the runners in scoring position, and it was just brutal. Absolutely brutal for the Blue Jays during the course of the series. So the Red Sox, again, extend their win streak to 5 in a row at the high water mark of the season. Again, 5 games over 500. They were 5 over at 500 early May at 18-13. Pick up the victory, and the Red Sox are, they're taking care of business right now. Our numbers of the night and a look ahead to the upcoming series. Off day in the Queen City and a series against the Reds underway on Friday for the Red Sox. We'll discuss that next. Steve Lennox with you. Locked On Sports Boston is the number one place to hang out immediately after every game. This is the Locked On Red Sox postcast. We are on within 10-15 minutes of the last out of every Red Sox game going forward. And tonight, our Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by Policy Genius. A lot of life, yes, unpredictable. But a good life insurance plan gives your family a financial safety net to protect against some of the unknowns. Policy Genius is the country's leading online insurance marketplace. It makes choosing the right policy for your family easy and quick. With Policy Genius, you can find life insurance policies that start at just $292 per year for $1 million of coverage. Some options are 100% online and let you avoid unnecessary medical exams. Policy Genius has no incentive to recommend one insurer over another, so you can trust their guidance along the way. They have thousands of 5-star reviews on Google and Trustpilot from customers who have found the best fit for their needs, their individual needs and their family's needs as well. Get peace of mind by finding the right life insurance policy with Policy Genius. Head to policygenius.com or click on the link in the description to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save. That's policygenius.com. Again, click on the link in the description. It's policygenius.com. All right, Steve Lennox with you, Locked On Red Sox postcast, and we are also presented by Tax Network USA. Here on Locked On Red Sox postcast, we pride ourselves on getting you the latest news for your teams. Whether it's the offseason, the draft, spring training, or the playoffs, it's year-round. You know what else is year-round? Collection season. Just because tax season is over doesn't mean the IRS is going to stop coming after you for unfiled taxes. The IRS can garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, and even seize your property. Don't let the IRS agents target you. Let the licensed professionals and tax experts at Tax Network USA go to bat for you. With over 14 years of experience and an A-plus rating by the Better Business Bureau, Tax Network USA has saved their clients over $1 billion in tax debt. Whether you owe taxes, have complicated matters that require tax planning, or if you finally hit that parlay this season and need help correcting filing, call 1-800-549-1000. 1-800-549-1000 or visit tnusa.com/lockedon. See the link in this episode description below, 1-800-549-1000 or visit tnusa.com. So wrapping up our final segment, and it's off to Cincinnati for the Sox. On a 5-game win streak. What are you doing Cincinnati on an off day? Doesn't matter. The Red Sox have it. They can enjoy it. Right? That's outstanding. They're right there. 5 straight wins. Take it, run with it, like it. 5 over 500. Just keep winning baseball games. Now you've got a little breathing room. 5 games over 500, right? 5 games over 500. That, folks, is a good thing. 100% good thing. So we've talked Durran, we talked Bello, O'Neill, Devers, a couple of guys in the lineup. Didn't do a heck of a lot. Tyler O'Neill, 0 for 4. Walk, strikeout, 3 home runs in the series. Devers, 0 for 5. Hit the ball hard once or twice in his at-bats. But how about the other guys? Romy Gonzalez, RBI single in the 6th inning, 2 stolen bases and a run scored. Dom Smith, RBI double in the 8th inning. Smith, again, starting to put together quality at-bats. Tagged his double. That scored a run. Adding on. And Manuel Valdez, 2 hits, home run, walk, 3 runs scored. So the other guys also getting the job done for the Red Sox as well. Let's get into our number of the night. And we've got to find the card here, and we're going to look for that. And we've got some ugly numbers as well. And I'm not sure where we're going here. Here we go, right over here. Got into the bullpen, got into the numbers of the night. Here we go. All right. How about $1.21? 121 over 3 games. The Blue Jays, folks, against Red Sox pitching in these 3 games, had their opportunities. 1 for 5 in losing game 1 with runners in scoring position. 2 for 13. This was a number of the night for us here on the Locked On Red Sox postcast after the Red Sox win in game 2. That victory on Tuesday night, clinching the series. How about game 3? Chris Martin, I mentioned, right? 9th inning, 1 out. Vladdy Guerrero, a little comebacker. Martin falls down, barehands it, throws to first. Runner moves to second. Next batter, Varsho, fly out, ball game over. 1 for 15 with runners in scoring position. And against Bello over the first 4 innings, actually over the first 5, because Springer had a double with 2 outs in the 5th inning. And 4 for 33. 121 average. Yes, I used the calculator. But the Blue Jays were 4 for 33 in the series with runners in scoring position. Let's see if that's something that happens again next week at Fenway Park when they play another 3-game series. Again, playing 6 times in, a 10-day period. Red Sox have taken the first 3. And I think it's up to 8 or 9 when the Red Sox and Blue Jays play. Game 1 might be the most important game of the series because you win game 1, the team that's won game 1 has gone on and swept the series, I think going back now 2 years. So back to 2022. Here's one I like. Red Sox are now 5-0 in the series finale in each of their last 5 series. 16-8 in the final game of a series overall in the season. 24 series, 16 wins in the final game. So, rubber game, a 3-game series, they picked up the win more often than not. Victory in the series finale, Wednesday night, series sweep against the Blue Jays. And how about the number 7 to wrap up? All right. I know I throw a lot of numbers at you. I know I've got numbers of the night, but these are numbers that intrigue me, and they're sort of trends that we'll see how they go going forward. But the number 7 is another intriguing number for me right now because the Sox are 5 games overall 500. Got that right? 5 games overall. 5 games over 500 overall. 7 games over 500 on the road. 22-15 on the road. Go take 2 out of 3 in Cincinnati and call it a day. How about those Reds? All right. Reds coming off a series where they dropped 2 of 3 like the Red Sox. They're going to have an off day on Thursday. Reds losing 1-0 on Wednesday. By the way, have I ever told you here on the Locked On Red Sox postcast how much I love 1-0 games? Well, the Pirates have actually been involved in 3 of those and been on the winning side in all 3. I think 16 total now, 1-0 games this season. Final from Pittsburgh, Pirates 1, Bryan Reynolds a home run, Reds 0 on Wednesday. Pirates take 2 out of 3 from the Reds in that series. Sox may see Nick Lodolo on Sunday. Lodolo has had a terrific year. I would say National League All-Star. You may see him on Sunday. They may do something similar and give him an extra day. And he may not pitch in the series. You're going to miss Hunter Green. Terrific talent. Pitched on Wednesday in the 1-0 game. Took a no decision. But Friday, Cutter Crawford, Andrew Abbott, a left-hander, Nick Pivetta, Frankie Montas on Saturday, and then TBA. Maybe bullpen games for both teams on Sunday. The Reds, at one point, I think they were 2-11 in one-run games. Now 6-13. You want to talk about a team that runs? You've got 3 teams in the National League all with 100 or more stolen bases. I almost said the Expos, the Nationals, the Reds, and the Brewers. The Reds right now, 107 stolen bases, 21 of 23 in the month of June. So you might see a lot of stolen bases on both sides, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Cincinnati. But I think with the hot weather, you're also going to see a lot of home runs. So it might continue to be blasts and bags slang for stolen bases. I like that. But the Reds have 107 on the season through 74 games. Spencer Steer, guy I like in that lineup for the Cincinnati Reds. Ellie De La Cruz, up and down. But Ellie De La Cruz is another guy, exciting player. He can do damage, and he can rattle you as well. So we'll see what those 2 guys do in the Cincinnati lineup over the next couple of games. Reds on May 23rd were 10 games under 500. And after that, they got to 32-33 with a 7-game win streak. Over their last 24, they're now 15-9. And I think, again, you very well could see a lot of stolen bases. And I think with the temperature expected to be 90 plus for each of the 3 games, going to be humid over the weekend in Cincinnati. Not giving you a full weather forecast here, but day games Saturday and Sunday. I think what you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of home runs in that series. Maybe the Sox will hit a couple with runners on base. Sox have now won 5 in a row, complete the series sweep on Wednesday with the win against the Toronto Blue Jays. Our Locked On Red Sox postcast follows each and every Red Sox game all season long. Again, off day, 3 in Cincinnati, first of a 3-game series against the Reds in Cincinnati underway on Friday. Sox back home next week at Fenway, 3 against Toronto and 3 more against the San Diego Padres. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts, also available on the YouTube channel, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Subscribe to the Locked On Boston podcast as well. Locked On, again, has launched the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube. It's also available now on Amazon Fire TV and Free Fire TV channel app too. Locked On Sports Today is here for you 24/7, covering the top sports stories of the day with the local experts of Locked On, plus our national shows covering every league. Find Locked On Sports Today, now available free on the Free Fire TV channel app. Red Sox sweep the Jays off Thursday, first of 3 again against the Reds, underway in the Queen City on Friday. And the Red Sox take all 3 north of the border after the Cincinnati series, home for 6 with 3 against the Blue Jays and 3 more against the San Diego Padres. We will be on board Friday night within minutes of the last out with our latest edition of the Locked On Red Sox postcast. Again, Red Sox win in Toronto Wednesday night. Locked On Sports Boston is the #1 place to hang out immediately after every game.